today we're going to be doing a kind of like a first impression, I guess. Well, that's what it is. It's a first impression. And I was just in Walmart, and I was looking through like the Walmart exclusive brands, and one of them is Flower Beauty, and that's like the Drew Barrymore line. It's relatively new, and I don't know how new this is, but I've never heard like anyone talk about it. And this is the Flower Beauty, what is this called? The Transforming Touch Powder-to-Creme Blush. And this is in the shade TT2, and it's like a fluorescent, like really pale, hot pink. And I guess I'm just gonna do this first impression like real bare bones. I'm gonna open it up for you right now. You know, it really took a lot longer to take that plastic off than I thought it would, so I'm sorry. But the like the title of it is just on like a little sticker that's stuck onto the top. The bottom of it is bare. It's kind of like a frosted, I think it's supposed to be like evocative of like frosted glass, but it's really just frosted plastic. But it's kind of pretty. The top is like shiny white plastic. You screw it off, and it's like that. It looks like a loose powder compact type thing, and it has a little sticker over the top of it with a bunch of dots. And this is a little trick that I have for everyone that is dealing with loose powder products. Get a safety pin, get a sewing needle or whatever, and poke like 3 or 4 of the holes. Do not just take off the sticker, because when you tap it out, you will get so much product, and especially for a blush, you definitely don't need that much. So I'm just taking my pin. I'm gonna poke the 4 holes that are right around the center. So I'm also just going to do a quick swatch of this. Swatching loose powders is kind of hard, so I don't really know how to go about doing this, but this is the color. So, ooh, can you see that? So it's like a really pale icy pink. I like these kind of blushes to give kind of like that really like ethereal, like natural flushy look. So it's like a pale, like really cool toned pink. So I'm just going to pop some of this onto the back of my hand, and I mean, it looks pretty chalky and like scary, but I also want to delve into this whole powder to cream consistency, because I have never heard of this weird concept. But so it's powder right now. It's definitely loose powder. I'm just gonna rub it in. Whoa, that's so weird. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but it almost looks like it's a little bit wet. And it really is like turning into a cream. I don't know how good this lighting is going to pick it up, but I can still see a bit of pigment. It is pale, so we're just going to get started, I guess. I'm going to tap a little bit of it into the cap, I guess. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but this is about how much product that I'm getting. I think that the white may be throwing it off, but there's really not much on there. And I'm going to use 2 brush applications to try this. I'm going to try the Real Techniques Duo Fiber Brush and the e.l.f. Blush Brush. And first I'm going to go with the Real Techniques brush. I'm just going to swirl it and pick it up on the tip of the brush. Try to get whatever is in the lid like onto the bristles. And I'm just going to tap off the excess. And now we're just going to hit this right on the apple and kind of blend it back. That didn't seem to do much. I think I'm going to try to put on a little bit more. Okay, so I'm doing like 2 layers. And I'm just going to pick this up, swirl it into the lid, tap off the excess. I'm just going to hit that in the same place once more. Can you guys see that? Let me zoom you in a little bit. You can see that it did give me like a light bit of a flush. Maybe it could just be this brush. This brush really doesn't pick up a lot of product. But let me just try to do a 3rd layer. Okay, I think it gave like a pretty kind of glow. I mean, like, it's not a lot of pigment. I will say, this is what my natural cheek looks like, and this is what the blushy cheek looks like. Okay, and now we're gonna try it with the e.l.f. Blush Brush. I'm just going to tap a little bit of it off into the lid. I'm gonna say that the Real Techniques brush is not the brush to try to use this with. So I have about this much into the lid, and I'm just gonna pick it up on one side of it. Kind of like press it into it. And now we're gonna pop off the excess, and I'm gonna pop this on this cheek. And I'm gonna kind of stipple it and swirl. Let me zoom you in again. I feel kind of self-conscious, like, with you guys being, like, this close, but that's okay. Can you see, like, is this really showing up very well? I think it's, I don't know. Usually with this brush I can, like, pack on a bit more color, but it looks like it's dissipating into nothing. It could be that I'm not using enough. That could be another thing, but that's what you get with first impressions, with your initial reaction on how to use it. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit more of this onto the brush. So this is layer number 2. One more layer. So far I'm not tragically impressed. Something that is kind of cool with it though is that because it goes like powder to cream or whatever, there's no fallout, so I don't have to tap anything off, so I guess that's kind of good. I'm gonna focus this more like right here. And buff it back. Okay, yeah, I guess you can see a bit of like a brightened cheek effect. It is pretty. Let me zoom you back out. Oops, zoom you back in. Okay, so this is what it looks like with 3 layers on each cheek. Something that I think is kind of cool with it, because it is like powder to cream, it does feel very like supple and hydrated. And I think it gave like a little bit of like a natural luminosity. And this, oh, I don't know if I said this, but this is a completely matte product. Maybe I'll try to remove the full sticker. Because I think that because this turns into a cream, it kind of shears out the pigment. So I'm gonna rip off this sticker and I'll be right back. I may regret this, but I did just rip off the whole sticker, so all the holes are exposed now. So I have to keep this up. I have to keep this stored vertically. Also, this packaging, kind of bulky, but whatever. So I'm gonna do a 4th layer, and I'm just gonna, I don't know how much is gonna come out. Oh my god. Could have been a bad idea. So much just came out. But I'm gonna zoom you guys back in. See, like, you can definitely tell, like, you do see like that little bit of pink. I think it's pretty. So I'm gonna use the Real Techniques brush because there actually really is like a lot of product in there. So we're just gonna pick it up on the tip. Oh god. Oh, that's interesting. It's making the brush kind of stick together because of like the cream. So confused. Oh, this is so scary. So here's the cheek that has like a lot more on it, and here's the cheek that doesn't. Maybe that was a good idea. The lid is already very pink, by the way. So I'm just gonna take, oh my god, so much comes out now. Like, so much. But I'm gonna try the e.l.f. blush brush now with this colossal amount of powder. And I'm actually gonna take it on the tip and like swirl it into it. That's so weird. It literally is turning into a cream, like right now. Like the bristles are kind of like stuck together. So interesting. Okay. Weird. And I guess I'm gonna try to like swirl and buff this on now. Okay, so here we are zoomed out, and I just looked at myself in like a real mirror, like not in like the camera type situation. And it really did pack quite a beautiful punch. And when I feel it, it feels like kind of like a cream to powder blush that's like mid-setting. Like it feels a little bit, it does feel a little bit wet, but not like sticky. I actually really enjoy this. Alright, so those were my real life first impressions on this Flower Beauty Powder to Cream blush. It gives like a really pretty kind of like semi-matte effect with like a little bit of glow, and it's like a really pretty color for the winter. So, wow. I actually really like this. The packaging is kind of obnoxious. I need to keep it up right now so that like powder doesn't dump all over, but I actually really like this. I got mine at Walmart because it's the only place that you can find Flower Beauty, and it was about 12 bucks, and you get 0.20 ounces or 5.7 grams, and this is actually in the shade Tickled Pink. It's like, there's 2 shades. One of them is like a kind of burnt apricot color, and then there's this one. I'll give you a quick in like my next video or something, I'll link it down below like when this happens, but I'll give a quick update about how the longevity is on it. But overall, this is a thumbs up first impression. And I think that's all I have to say about it. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed. Please, if you have any tips and tricks about lighting, camera settings, or camera situations, then please let me know down below. Let me know about anything else down below. I'll put this info down below. And I hope that you guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!